If they did it, we can do more. Our solemn promise to the government and people of Uganda is that we are committed to the NRM government vision of transforming Uganda from a peasant society to an industrial and prosperous nation through our quality training, research, and innovation. We are no longer an ivory tower, but a university that is embedded in the community, working for and with the people. Your Excellency, when I was inaugurated as Vice Chancellor of Makerere University on 14th September 2017, in your presence, I made a solemn promise to unlock the potential of Makerere University. On 12th August 2022, I was reappointed for my second 5-year term by the Chancellor on recommendation of the University Council. And I want to thank you for your endorsement of that decision, Your Excellency. I once again wish to pledge total commitment to Makerere and to ensuring that our institution remains firmly on the path of nurturing graduates and producing research and innovations that are responsive to national development priorities. I thank you, Your Excellency, and our beloved Minister of Education, as well as the Chancellor and Chairperson and members of the University Council for the enormous support in the efforts to place Makerere on the path of a modern 21st century research-intensive university. It is now my singular honor to invite the Vice Chairperson of Council, Right Honorable Daniel Kidega, who is also the Chairperson of the Mark at 100 Organizing Committee, to make his remarks as we build for the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, the Vice Chancellor of this great university. Your Excellency, General Yoweri Museveni Kaguta, the President of the Republic of Uganda, and the visitor to this great African university. The Right Honorable Thomas Tayeba, the Deputy Speaker of the National Parliament of Uganda, the Right Honorable Secretary General of the NRM Party, Honorable Richard Todong, the former Prime Minister of Uganda, Right Honorable Rukana Rugunda, the Minister of Education of this country, and the visiting ministers from our neighboring countries, ministers from this government of Uganda, members of parliament who are present here, members of the diplomatic corps, religious leaders led by His Grace the Archbishop, who is here, thank you for coming, the Chancellor of this great university, and the visiting chancellors and former chancellors of this university, my leader, the chairperson of the University Council, Madam Lona Magaranio's husband, members of the University Council, former members of the University Councils with their leadership, the top management of this great university, led by Professor Barnabas Nawangwe, the great student leaders, current and past, our gallant students, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Your Excellency, my work has been made very simple as the chair of the organizing committee of this celebration by our able VC. Allow me, on behalf of the organizing committee, one, to extend our deepest appreciation to you for the strategic guidance you've continued to give to this university and the nation at large. Two, to salute your patriotic office that has greatly contributed finances to this organization that has brought us this far. I further, Mr. President, would like to thank you for committing yourself amid this busy schedule to come and celebrate with the Makerere, this major celebration. We don't take it for granted. Thank you, sir. Our Minister of Education here represented, our partners, both from the public and the private sector organization. The organizing committee would like to say thank you to you for the great contribution. Your celebration a success. In a very special way, I'd like to extend our appreciation to the leadership of this university, chairperson of council and members of council, for affording us as a committee an opportunity to put to shape this celebration. We are greatly honored. We apologize if there are any spots where we have not met your expectation. We promise to do better next time you assign us. We'd like to extend also our deepest appreciation to the management of the university, led by the Vice Chancellor, for the great technical support you've extended to the committee that has brought us this far. In a very special way, we thank the academic and the administrative staff and the students of this gallant university that has made this celebration a success. May God bless you all. Your Excellency, the celebration of this 100 years, as the VC has already stated, started last year, and it is now 1 year since we have been celebrating. The following are the few highlights of activities that the organizing committee put in place. We have had several public lectures to celebrate our distinguished alumni and our outstanding leaders in Uganda and beyond. Thank you to the different colleges that has made this possible. May God reward you. 2, Your Excellency, we have taken this celebration way beyond this country. We have visited our partner states of the East African community because that's what this university serves. We have been to Nairobi in Kenya. We engaged with the alumni who are offering services to that nation. We have been to Kigali, Rwanda, and met thousands of our alumni who are making great contribution to humanity. We have been to Dar es Salaam, United Republic of Dar es Salaam, at our sister institution, the University of Dar es Salaam. Your Excellency, the University of Dar es Salaam extends its greatest greetings and appreciation to you as the alumni for the good work you're doing in this country, in East Africa, and Africa at large. We have hosted Twitter Space Engagement, hosted by our prominent alumni to engage the entire network of this great university online. We have had, as mentioned by the Chancellor, a special sitting of Parliament to pay tribute to Makerere at 100 years. Special appreciation to the leadership of Parliament, but more specifically to Right Honorable Thomas Tayeba, the Deputy Speaker. We are indebted to you. May God bless you abundantly. Your Excellency, this day will not mark the end of our celebrations. We still have a number of activities lined up to celebrate 100 years of the university. We will be having, on the 13th and 14th of October, the Makerere Annual Public Lecture, but this time it will be a special lecture. It will be a leadership symposium. And Your Excellency, they have extended invitation to you because this is your brainchild, to engage with the young East Africans and imbibe in them your deep African ideology in leadership. We intend to visit the 13 original districts of Uganda who paid or gave money to the building of this university. We will also have an exhibition in November to showcase to the entire world what this university is doing. Your Excellency, these activities, we hope it will help us to take the university to the community, to the owners, such that through research and innovation, we can contribute better to humanity. With those many words, Your Excellency, allow me to invite my colleague, the members of the organizing committee, to rise up and just wave to His Excellency the President. I beg. May I, in the same vein, invite the gallant secretariat that has put this together under the leadership of Comrade Awel to rise up and say thank you to His Excellency the President, wherever you are. These young men, Your Excellency, put this celebration in proper shape on a voluntary basis. We are committed and to them. With those few words, I thank you. May God bless you for God and my country.
Thank you, Right Honorable Danfred Kidega, for those incredible words. And in the same latitude, I also wish to thank the Vice Chancellor, Professor Barnabas Nawangwe, for those incredible words and taking us down memory lane to remind us of the journey of 100 years that this university celebrates today. Your Excellency, Professor Nawangwe did welcome us as the sitting landlord of where we are, but I'm also happy to inform you that Makerere University is a tenant in a bigger polity, and their bigger landlady is with us. May I have the pleasure to introduce the Executive Director of Kampala Capital City Authority, where Makerere University is. Thanks for coming, Madam Dorothy Kisaka, and joining us for 100-year celebrations of Makerere. So that these beautiful words these incredible men have mentioned sink into our hearts and souls as we meditate over 100 years, I wish to invite a student of Makerere now. Because you know what you've been seeing, Your Excellency, are old students, majority of them male, and yet this is an equal opportunities university that has educated both male and female, young and old. So Zerida Achen, you are a current university student. Come and for 1 minute, speak to us and let His Excellency the President hear for himself firsthand how a current Makerere University student sounds like.
Your Excellency, the President of Uganda, all protocol observed, my name is Achen Zerida. I'm a student of Makerere University from the College of Humanities and Social Sciences. I'm a third-year student and currently residing in Complex Hall. Makerere University has given me the opportunity to become a significant sports lady. During my stay at Makerere University, I have had the opportunity to take part in the East African University Games, and this has enabled me to improve my social network with other East African universities. Your Excellency, the President of Uganda, thank you for being a champion of the East African community, integration, and federation. Long live Makerere University. Thank you all for listening to me.
So, Your Excellency, you've not only heard how she sounds like, but you have also seen what a current Makerere University looks like. And more so from my School of Social Sciences. Now let me also give you an idea of what an old student really sounds like. So here's my good old friend, Professor Mondo Kagonyera. For 1 minute, please come and also share with us, for 1 minute, your story of Makerere University. You have been a chancellor at this great university. You have been a cabinet minister. You also did a course I feared to do. Let the president hear from you.
Your Excellency, the President of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, and a visitor to Makerere University, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, the Chancellor of Makerere University, ministers, Your Grace, the Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, former Prime Minister, members of Parliament, Makerere University Council, Senate, invited guests. Your Excellency, I must apologize. I was, what's the right word? Ambushed. But Your Excellency, there couldn't be a better opportunity in my life than being able to join you in celebrating Makerere's 100 years of existence. And why? You know very well, Your Excellency, that in spite of the difficulties that Makerere University has had, Makerere University has continued constantly to distinguish herself as one of the best universities in Africa. And in fact, there was a time, Your Excellency, when there only, I believe, the University of Cape Town was better than Makerere, in spite of the inadequate funding that Makerere has had. Therefore, sir, I want to thank you and your government for having appreciated the value of research at Makerere and made a constant provision for research at this institution. Second, Your Excellency, I think I would be unfair not to single out one college at Makerere that has, in the many years of existence, distinguished herself, and that is the medical school at Mulago. And why do I say this, Your Excellency? The first time in the whole world that human cancer was associated with an infectious agent was done at Mulago, in the whole world. When Burkitt's lymphoma was established to be associated with a virus. Number two, sir, there is a group of natural substances called prostaglandins. And the first time it was established that these could be used in the management of obstetrical cases was again established at Mulago in the whole world. And Your Excellency, there are so many other examples we could quote. But this is not to say that other faculties, like the Faculty of Agriculture, were asleep. They were also making a lot of contributions to the development of our country and the region. Your Excellency, as you may know, there are only two former chancellors of Makerere who are still alive, and that is yourself and I. And therefore, allow me, Your Excellency, to pay tribute to past chancellors of Makerere University, particularly my immediate predecessor, the late Professor Apollo Nsibambi, who was the first non-head of state chancellor of Makerere University. And to thank your government through you for having recognized that it was no longer tenable for the head of state to continue to be chancellors of government universities, but that universities could have non-heads of state as their chancellors. And Professor Nsibambi was the first non-head of state chancellor of Makerere University. I want to congratulate Makerere for having participated in the building of our region. As you have been told, the former president of Kenya, Mwai Kibaki, was the first person to get a first-class degree at Makerere University, and he distinguished himself as a servant of the Republic of Kenya. The late Benjamin Mkapa was a graduate of Makerere, so was Mwalimu Julius Nyerere. Therefore, this university has continued to contribute tremendously to producing leadership. I don't know how many of our members of parliament, what percentage are graduates of Makerere. 80%? 90%. Your Excellency, allow me also to make a few remarks about my tenure at Makerere. I have been associated with Makerere since 1971. And in one way or another, I have put in 30 years of my life in the service of Makerere University. And that's why I speak with emotion about this institution. You have been told of the difficult times we went through during Idi Amin's reign. I want to congratulate those of us who braved the hostile climate and remained at Makerere University. For that matter, I would like to request those who remained at the fort to stand up during Amin's days, and for you, Your Excellency, to work. You can see, Your Excellency, how few of them are. These are brave men and women who could have gone to any part of the world to get gainful employment, but decided to remain at Makerere and keep the fire burning. So I congratulate you before His Excellency the President. Sir, if I may also blow my trumpet, while I was Chancellor of Makerere University, I was able to introduce the MasterCard program to this university. And more than 1,000 needy students have been able to benefit from the scholarships provided by the MasterCard program at this university. Number two, Professor Nawangu should have told you that we visited you at State House and we brought to you the problem of the Faculty of Technology. And perhaps you may not remember, but with your own stroke of the pen, the Faculty of Technology could get the wonderful building in which they are housed today. Finally, sir, I want to thank you very, very much for promoting the teaching of science. We all know that everybody contributes to the development of the country. But for some reason or another, science has always not attracted the number of students that we ought to have. And therefore, by deliberately making sure that science is promoted in our education institutions, should be supported by everybody. And personally, sir, I want to declare publicly to you that the people who are opposed to the pipeline to evacuate our oil from the oil fields to the coast have totally got it wrong. Some of us have even studied public health. We know there will be problems, but these can be surmounted. And therefore, I want to assure you, sir, under this community, it is right and proper for this oil pipeline to be constructed to evacuate our oil to the coast. Those who think they are very concerned about human rights in Uganda ought to have interested themselves to what is happening in Karamoja and not on what is perceived falsely to be happening. I know Mr. Kasate is anxious to get me to leave, but I have had this opportunity. Your Excellency, yes, I want to congratulate Makerere University once again and to wish them the best of luck in the next 100 years. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency and distinguished guests, they say learning never stops. And so today, as we celebrate 100 years, I have learned one major lesson. I will never, in my career as a master of ceremony, ambush and ask anyone called a politician and the former vice chancellor to speak, hoping that they were going to speak for 1 minute. So you'll forgive me, Your Excellency, but some lessons have to be learned the hard way. And what a better day to learn a lesson like on 100th year celebration of Makerere University. So Professor Nawango, I hope that by the end of today I will get another degree for learning a very hard lesson. Edwin Birungi is a young man, Your Excellency, and as part of the celebration, we put through a competition in creative art for someone that can best depict a 100-year celebration through the science of poetry. Please mark my words very carefully. The science of poetry. So Edwin did win this, and he has promised me that his poem is going to be scientific, precise, concise, and straight to the point. Edwin.
Your Excellency, thank you so much for the tremendous work you have done in our nation, and particularly to the great institution that we celebrate today. Congratulations, Makerere University, upon your 100th year since inception in 1922. When you look at the coat of arms of our nation, we have a crested crane. Likewise, the one we have at the Makerere, could I say arms? Yes, arms, because they are arms of intelligence working in a nation. I hereby present to you the Mark at 100 poem, which will feature series of enormous works, innovations, and art that has gone through the soil of this great institution that we celebrate today. The great institution so trending that leaves no doubt pending about an icon of education among so many nations. We build for the future by ending ignorance's rupture and instilling an elite culture among so many captured by the love of enlightenment. We build for the future, for building knowledge is our nature. With our gallant tutors, in the depths of wisdom we maneuver. A soil of leaders, a mother of nations, a spear of transformation through innovations, with formation of enormous invasions by the brilliant brains in our nation. Machinations beyond your imaginations that compromise your observation before interpretation. Through these gates, we remember the glorious dates. At the youthful dreams we gaze as a new century unfolds, a futuristic university that builds fruitful diversity through tenacity, through intensive research and innovation to create a socio-economic transformed society. Hail ye all, young and old, to sing the praise of her that builds our nation. We build for the future. Happy, happy birthday, Makerere University. We celebrate you for these 100 years. Thank you all. Thank you for attending this great function. My name is Edwin Birungi. I'm a student of music at the Department of Performing Arts. Thank you all for listening.
So you have heard. Your Excellency, As we celebrate 100 years at Makerere University, this celebration, for it to be the befitting celebration it is, has attracted different support from various circles and individuals. These came in from both the private and public sectors, and we pay special tribute to all of them for their incredible contribution. But without going through the rigors of inviting all of them, allow me to take the pleasure to invite an incredible lady at this university who is serving it in this capacity of chairperson of the University Council to come forward and make her remarks. Mrs. Lorna Magara, it's my singular pleasure to invite you to speak to all of us as we celebrate 100 years.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda and visitor to Makerere University, the Right Honourable Deputy Speaker of Parliament, the Prime Minister Emeritus, Honourable Ruhakana Rugunda, the Secretary General of the NRM, Right Honourable Richard Todong, Cabinet Ministers present, the foreign visiting ministers from our partner states of the East African community, delegates visiting from various sister universities, the honorable ministers, honorable members of parliament, members of the judicature, members of the University Council, former members of the University Councils, the Vice Chancellor and members of the University Management and staff, former Vice Chancellors present, the Vice Chancellors of the sister universities, we have various of them here today, partner CEOs and the alumni chapter leaders, our special distinguished guest, Mr. George Okurapa, Guild President 1985 to 1986, Your Grace, the Archbishop of Church of Uganda, and the various religious leaders present, the Executive Director, KCCA, our host in this city, the student community, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor and privilege to welcome you, Your Excellency, the President and visitor, to this, our grand celebration of Makerere University's 100 years of existence. Thank you, Your Excellency, and the NRM administration for securing an enabling environment and advancing higher education in Uganda. The NRM policies over the years have promoted access to higher education amongst Ugandan men and women and several previously marginalized communities. Having started as a technical institute in 1922 with 14 female students, by 1990, there were 6,861 students. In 1991, the government approved a private sponsorship policy that saw a dramatic increase in student enrollment. Within 10 years, that is in 2000, the student numbers rose to 18,023 students, a staggering 260% increase in student enrollment. Today, the university has close to 35,000 students. That, we thank you for that policy that has opened up higher education to many more students. Your Excellency, there is still a lot more work to ensure all qualifying Ugandans access quality higher education and training. The Uganda Bureau of Statistics data shows that our population continues to increase rapidly, above 3% annually. This growth rate does not match the increase in student completion and graduation rates. Therefore, universities must produce more professionals to deliver public goods and services for the increasing population and to design solutions for emerging contemporary challenges. I express my deepest gratitude to Mama Janet Museveni for granting me and others the opportunity to serve on the Makerere Council for the last 4 years. I also thank my colleagues on the Council who entrusted me with the role of the chairperson, the first female chairperson in 100 years. Thank you. Following our Council's inauguration in 2018, we prioritized development of a new university strategic framework in line with the third National Development Plan. This strategic framework repositions Makerere as a research-intensive university whose research and training outputs focus on delivering homegrown solutions for Uganda's development aspirations. In this note, Your Excellency, we express our deepest gratitude for the Research and Innovation Fund that provides Makerere with 30 billion shillings every year towards research and innovation. This is a critical and driving process that will see Makerere come into the community and prioritize the changes and prioritize national development through meeting societal needs. We thank you, Your Excellency. As we begin the journey into the next century, the Council and management, as I've stated, have embarked on transitioning Makerere University into a research and innovation hub. All innovators and visionaries from within and outside Makerere, including the artisans from the informal sector, also known as Joakali, are welcome to leverage this space to test and develop their concepts and designs. In this regard, Your Excellency, we are setting up innovation hubs. We seek to mobilize all university community members to embrace and uphold this new research agenda. Your Excellency, we promise that Makerere University will now be debated more for its research and innovation than for staff and student strikes in the new century. Your Excellency, secondly, Makerere University has a legacy of training leaders for the continent and the world. While in the past, the self-driven and passionate young men and women took on the leadership challenges without prior training, Makerere will now provide leadership training programs, initially through the Nyerere Leadership Center, but it will later be rolled out through the various university structures. Makerere will continue its legacy of raising quality leaders for the continent. It has been an incredible opportunity to celebrate 100 years with you all. I wish to thank the Chancellor, the Vice Chancellor, and the University Management for all the efforts in this preparation. I thank the distinguished Ugandans we have celebrated through the public lectures. I thank our leaders, former leaders, our Vice Chancellors, our Chancellors who have given us so much support across the different universities. And thank you, Parliament, for giving us a special recognition and all the other external engagements that we have had with our partners. I look forward to a more impactful Makerere University. Makerere University will be a key driver in societal transformation and national development. It is now my singular honor to invite the Chancellor to address this congregation, Professor Ezra Suruma. You're very welcome, sir.
Your Excellency, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, visitor and President of the Republic of Uganda, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Tayewa, the Right Honorable Prime Minister Emeritus, Honorable Hakani Rugunda, Your Grace the Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, Dr. Kazimba Mugaru, the Honorable Minister of Education, Deputy Minister of State for Education, representing the First Lady, Honorable Mama Janet Museveni, the Minister of Education and Sports, Honorable Ministers, visiting ministers, the Secretary General of NRM, members of the Judicature, honorable members of Parliament, my predecessor, Professor Mondo Kagonyera, members of the Diplomatic Corps, the Chairperson and members of the University Council, the Executive Director of KCCA, Ms. Dorothy Kisaka, the Vice Chancellor and members of the University